identified that Rebecca was last known to be with Courtney Bartholomew, which is in Boone Township of Wexford County. Courtney Bartholomew is the biological mother to Rebecca and Kimberly Park. At the time of the report, Rebecca Park was 38 weeks pregnant, living with her boyfriend Richard Lee Fowler. Kimberly Park provided the sheriff's office with a cellular telephone that was identified as the one that Rebecca had been using at the time of her disappearance. Kimberly was communicating information to Detective Lieutenant Chris Pisker throughout the investigation. On Saturday, November 22nd, Kimberly made statements on a social media live broadcast that she was aware of information that Courtney Bartholomew and her husband Brad Bartholomew had something to do with Rebecca Park's disappearance. Detective Pisker interviewed Kimberly Park at the same date, and she reported that Courtney and Brad struck Rebecca Park in the head to cause her to have a seizure, and when they were unable to revive Park from the seizure, Brad contacted a friend who came and picked up Rebecca Park's body and took it away. Park said that Brad had said something about a swamp. During another interview with Kimberly Park on Monday, November 24th, Park told Detective Alicia Baxter that she was and had been in a romantic relationship with Richard Fowler. Kimberly Park identified that her relationship with Fowler was complicated by his relationship with her sister Rebecca. On Tuesday, November 25th, a body of a deceased woman was found. And then it also goes on to say, Weststone met with Kimberly Park at her residence in Herring Township in November 25th for a non-custodial interview based on the discovery of the body. During the interview, Kimberly Park discussed the relationship details between herself and Richard Fowler. Park made a statement that Fowler had told her that Rebecca had been taken care of and not to worry about it. Park went on to say that Fowler had told her to lie. Parker began a recorded interview with Kimberly Park on Tuesday, November 25th, 2025 at 2026. Park was provided with a Miranda warning, which she waived prior to the commencement of the interview. Kimberly Park identified that on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, while she was at Richard Fowler's home, he told her that he killed Rebecca Park and that he wanted to protect Kimmy by not sharing details with her. Park identified that during a different conversation with Fowler, he had told her that something went wrong while trying to cut the baby out of Rebecca. She reported that Fowler told her that Austin Noland had helped him with Rebecca. Park said that Fowler had also been encouraging her to mislead the investigation, and it was the reason she was sharing misleading information on social media live broadcasts. Park told Detective Pisker that Fowler was becoming concerned about the investigation getting close to him, and that on Thursday or Friday before Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, Fowler assisted her with the creation of her accusations that she made to Detective Lieutenant Pisker during the interview on that date. There appeared to be additional unsubstantiated knowledge that Park had about Rebecca. This included a statement about Rebecca probably having been stored in an unknown location. Detective Dan Hackman arrested Richard Fowler for open murder of Rebecca Park based on the statements by Kimberly Park. Detective Sergeant Voss and Detective Whitsom attempted to conduct an interview with Richard Fowler at the sheriff's office on Wednesday, November 26th, and he refused to cooperate without the assistance of an attorney. Detective Pisker interviewed Austin Noland Wednesday, November 26th. He denied involvement and was able to show cellular telephone records that did not place him in the Wexford County area on November 3rd or 4th. Noland cooperated with a consent search of his cellular device and later consent search of his black and color Chevrolet Malibu. Noland did confirm that he had previously been in a romantic relationship with both Rebecca and Kimberly Park. On Wednesday, November 26th, Detective Parker and Detective Hackman began a follow-up interview with Kimberly Park and were more confrontational with her based on the outcome of the interview with Noland. Park requested the assistance of an attorney, at which point the interview was terminated.